W8VPV. Repeater, PL110.9. Net.
Good evening, and welcome to the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club's Monday evening transmission of Amateur Radio Newsline. My name is Russ, and my call sign is KD8VYT. But for this presentation of Newsline, I will be using the club call Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. Without further ado, this is Amateur Radio Newsline.
Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2515 with a release date of Friday, January 9th, 2026, to follow in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The following is a QST. The FCC bans the sale of foreign-made drones in the U.S. Montenegro launches its first satellite, and an HF net to take care of family caregivers. All this and more as Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2515 comes your way right now. From around the world, this is Newsline, Amateur Radio's independent, on-the-air news and bulletin service. Now, reporting from Union, Kentucky, here's Neil Rapp, W8VPV. Our top story is of particular interest to drone users. A ban on imports into the U.S. now means that only American-made drones with American-made parts may be sold here. Kent Peterson, KC0DGY, picks up the story from here. The import and sales of foreign-made drones and components are now banned in the U.S., following action by the Federal Communications Commission, citing the potential of national security risks. The agency's move follows an executive order from the White House in June banning unmanned aircraft systems and their parts. The executive order, known as Restoring American Aerospace Sovereignty, stated that the move also has the goal of boosting drone manufacture in the U.S. for use here and for export to the global marketplace. The ban is expected to have far-reaching effects on drone sellers as well as their customers. Drones are widely used by first responders, farmers, business owners, and hobbyists. The ban only affects new products that are not already here in the U.S. This is Kent Peterson, KC0DGY. As of January 1st, the landscape for drone operators has also changed in the UK under new Civil Aviation Authority regulations. Each drone to be sold must carry class marks that reflect compliance with that particular aircraft's technical and safety standards. The class marks are similar to those used in the EU and cover where and how the drone can be flown. There is also an array of new regulations covering different weights of drones and their permitted proximity to people or crowds of people. Drones carrying cameras and weighing at least 100 grams are also required to have a flyer ID. A remote ID is also required to transmit the drone's identification and its location while airborne. The new regulations apply to drone use by hobbyists as well as professionals. The class-based regulations do not apply to drones purchased before the first of this year. They will instead operate under the weight-based rules. For specific rules, visit caa.co.uk/drones. There's a bit of a celebration in Montenegro, which recently marked a satellite first, as we hear from Jeremy Boots, G4 NJH.
Weighing just under 2 kilograms, the 1U CubeSat began its journey on the 28th of December aboard a Soyuz carrier rocket from Russia's new Cosmodrome near the border with China, a project of Montenegro. Space research, it is designed to collect data for transmission back to Earth. On board are a high-resolution camera, solar panels, and a variety of sensors, all designed to function throughout the satellite's 3-year mission in low Earth orbit. Montenegro's Amateur Radio Association announced that it received its first telemetry signals from the satellite on the 31st of December, adding that it planned to donate an antenna to the Space Research Organization for everyday reception. The satellite has been named Lucha, which is Montenegrin for light. This is Jeremy Bucci for NJH.
A well-regarded electronic supply business in Connecticut is not closing its doors after the death of its founder last year. Instead, the company is moving, as we hear from CellMB KB3 TZD.
Quicksilver Radio Products, the popular Connecticut-based business established by John Bartshearer and 1GNB 2 decades ago, is relocating to Pennsylvania as a division of the New Holland Radio Shack. John, who was widely known as John B., became a silent key in October of 2025 while he was hospitalized. The death of the popular and personable radio amateur also drew concerns among loyal longtime customers that his business would permanently close its doors. In a late December announcement that appeared in the QRZ.com forums and on Facebook, the company said it was in the process of moving its inventory to its new location. Quicksilver said that the company also planned to have a presence at Hamcation in Orlando, Florida in February. The business's website, qsradio.com, is also operating again. This is CellMB, KB3, TZD.
Experimental HF stations that had previously held waivers exempting them from station identification are now being required to transmit their assigned call signs at least once every half hour. The FCC sent letters in December to those stations who held the temporary waivers saying it was dropping the exemptions following complaints of interference from other spectrum users. The experimental licenses are for stations operating on the band between 2 and 25 megahertz. A posting on Radio World reported the change, which first appeared in Experimental Radio News from Bennett Cobb, AK4AV. The FCC has said that the identification must be either by voice or Morse code, and that digital encoding and digital modulation must be disabled during the ID. Do you know any hams who are potential Hall of Famers? Listen up. Here's Jack Barker, W8ISH.
Nominations are open now through to the 31st of March for candidates to be nominated for entry to the Heritage CQ Amateur Radio Hall of Fame. Licensed hams and any individuals whose actions have an impact on amateur radio are eligible. The Heritage CQ Amateur Radio Hall of Fame continues the tradition established in 2001 by CQ Magazine, which has ceased publication. Ham Gallery oversees the Hall of Fame and is accepting nominations sent to the attention of Tom Roscoe, KHCX, at khcx@hamgallery.com. A diverse group of licensed amateurs will review the nominations. Please ensure that the words CQ Amateur Radio Hall of Fame appear in your email's subject line. There will be a maximum of 3 inductees. This is Jack Berger, W8ISH.
The nomination period is also open through to the 1st of March for the Contest Hall of Fame, which is being managed by the Worldwide Radio Operators Foundation. Originally established by CQ Magazine in 1986, candidates for inclusion are those who have personal operating achievements but also provided meaningful support to others in pursuit of contesting excellence. Recent inductees include Uli Weiss, DJ2YA, and Pat Barkey in 9RV. The Hall of Fame also includes Silent Key Dick Ross, K2MGA, president of CQ Publishing. For details, visit the website contesthof, that's one word, .com. A Minnesota Amateur Radio Club is honoring the U.S. Army chaplain whose prayers provided courage and faith to General George Patton's troops during World War II. He also happened to be a licensed ham who became a silent key in 1995. Kent Peterson, KC0DGY, brings us the details.
Father George Metcalf, who held the call sign W0JH, also held faith in
in the troops he served under General George Patton, and that favorable weather would aid the Allies' efforts during the Battle of the Bulge. With the help of a fellow military chaplain, the priest offered a prayer for the Allies to enter the key battle under fair skies. In the decade that followed the war's end, the Episcopal priest made his home at what is now the Bellwin Conservancy's Savannah Center in Afton, Minnesota. On January 9th, 10th, and 11th, the Stillwater Amateur Radio Association will be on the air from the priest's former home to honor him, and will be using his original call sign. They will be joined by Father Brian K. Burgess, KD4 UTL, an Episcopal bishop who will be visiting from Illinois to operate with the hams and officiate on Sunday at a local service. This is Kent Peterson, KC0D2Y.
In Germany, amateurs' use of the 70 megahertz band appears to be in limbo as of January 1st. The annual temporary use permit that had been in place expired on the 31st of December. The regulator has taken no action to renew it. The novice level, the middle license class in Germany, amateur radio licenses have had temporary permission to use the 6-meter band. The nation's regulator, BNetzA, a federal agency, has not extended these operating privileges for Class E license holders. Any amateurs wishing to transmit on 50 megahertz in Germany must hold a Class A full license, which has had permanent access to the band since June 2024. Time for you to identify your station. We are the Amateur Radio Newsline, heard on bulletin stations around the world, including the Mid-State Hams W8VPV repeater in Greenwood, Indiana on Sundays at 7 p.m. local time. Years have passed since commercial telegraphy began at the Lizard Wireless Station in the UK, where operators discovered that radio waves could follow the curve of the Earth. This month, hams are at that same clifftop site in Cornwall, marking the occasion and the role the station played in shaping communications forever. We hear more from Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
The commercial telegraphy station that opened in 1901 at the Lizard Wireless Station captured the imagination of the pioneer Guglielmo Marconi. He used it as a test site whilst planning what was to become part of his historic transatlantic transmissions from near Poldhu in December of that year. By then, radio had already emerged as a prominent communication force. Just 23 days after the Lizard station opened, its operators received the first over-the-horizon wireless signals sent from St. Catherine's Point on the Isle of Wight. It was a record-setting moment. The station's historic call sign, GB4LWS, is back on the air throughout the month of January. Ham radio operators from the Cornish Radio Amateur Club joined Jeff, G0FHT, and Tim, M0AFJ, of the National Trust to mark the anniversary. Jeff, the Lizard's amateur radio operations manager, told Newsline that the celebration recognizes the station's role in creating the foundation for our modern connected world. This is Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
It's a race against the clock, or at least the calendar, for members of the Rebel DX group as they step up their plans to activate a very environmentally sensitive DX location, Conway Reef, 300 miles south of Fiji. John Williams, VK4JJW, has those details.
The Rebel DX Group has announced that they expect to face fully restricted physical access to Conway Reef, but are nonetheless hoping to activate the site before the new limitations begin. The team posted a notice on various DX news sites saying, quote, "We're quickly organising a trip to 3D2/C before the new restrictions take place," end quote. The team reports that Fiji's Ministry of Fisheries will soon designate the site as a restricted access zone. No specific dates were provided in their announcement, either for the activation plans or the start of the restrictions. A trip to Conway Reef would mark a fourth return there. The Rebel DX Group activated it in May of 2024 as 3D2CCC, facing numerous challenges, including very windy conditions and issues with birds interfering with the equipment. This is John Williams, VK4JJW.
The letter X is often used to symbolize a crossing, and one ham club based in Japan is putting that symbol to good use, helping new CW CW operators cross the barrier of fear. Jason Daniels, VK2LAW, gives us the details.
The activity is called CQXing, or CQ Crossing, and it was launched on the 1st of January by the A1 Club to help new CW operators overcome their fear of having QSOs longer than the customary short exchange. Described as a crossing to meet more CW friends, the activity centres around 7.030 MHz, particularly on Fridays from 1300 to 1500 UTC. The International Club, which is based in Japan, said in its announcement that while a simple exchange of RSTs is often fine, amateurs engaging in CQXing are leaving the opportunity open for something a bit longer, even a rag chew. The club said that calling CQ in this manner conveys, quote, our shared desire to operate with consideration and respect, making it easier for CW beginners to participate, end quote. Any ham hearing the message CQ A1CXING is welcome to reply. A speed of between 10 to 20 words per minute is suggested. To find out more about the A1 Club, visit the link in the text edition of this week's newscast at arnewsline.org. This is Jason Daniels, VK2LAW.
In the world of DX, lesson for Giovanni IZ2DPX operating as PJ7-IZ2DPX, and Flavio IW2NEF operating as PJ7-IW2NEF as they activate St. Martin, IOTA number NA105. They will be on the air from the 13th through to the 21st of January using sideband and FT8 and FT4 on various bands. The DARC team special event station will be active as DH2026EM between the 10th of January and the 10th of February during the Men's European Handball Championship, being co-hosted by Denmark, Sweden, and Norway. Matthias DL2MM is on the air as P40AA from Aruba, IOTA number SA036, from the 11th through to the 29th of January, and his operations will include the CQ Worldwide 160-meter CW contest. Outside the contest, listen for him using CW sideband and FT8 on 160 through 10 meters. A group of radio operators from the Palau Radio Club are on Coral Island, IOTA number OC009, operating from the 7th through to the 15th of January. Listen for T88HS, T88SM, and T88XE. The three will be using various bands and modes. See QRZ.com for all QSL details about these activations. Hams, by many definitions, are caretakers. Through public service, they care for their communities. Through fellowship, they mentor and care for one another. There's also another level of caretaking, one that has less visibility, but carries perhaps the greatest commitment of all. In our final story for this week, Jim Davis, W2JKD, explains.
48 Novembers have come and gone since Doug, KC2YME, and his wife Linda were married, and they've rarely been apart. The couple raised 3 sons, and even as Doug pursued his career, he found joy in his off hours as a ham radio operator. Those off hours are precious to him now, since he retired to become a full-time caregiver to his wife who has dementia and requires kidney dialysis. Being deaf, she either reads his lips or increasingly relies on messages being written down. Still, amateur radio is there for him, and at times, Doug's rag chews have put him in touch with any number of amateurs who, like him, are devoting time, sometimes full-time, to a family member's complex needs. He's now hoping to bring together these kindred spirits to gather on 40 meters to share insights, stories, and ultimately, friendship. He's looking for suggestions as to the date and time for such an event. Anyone wishing to join or learn more can contact him at kc2ymeham@gmail.com. I'm Jim Davis, W2JKD.
It's a new year. How about some new ham radio haikus from our Newsline listeners? Visit our website at arnewsline.org, and as you compose your ode to your favorite on-the-air activity, we will help you use the correct number of syllables to make an authentic haiku. Submit your work and then sit back and wait to hear whether your inspired haiku will be highlighted on our website where everyone can read it. With thanks to Amateur News Daily, AMSAT News Service, ARRL, Bennett Cobb, AK4AV, David BR, K7DB, DARC, DX News, Doug Backer, KC2YME, FCC 425DX Bulletin, Jeff G0FHT, Montenegro Space Research Organization, National Trust, NZNet News, Pioneer Press, Radio World, ShortwaveRadio.de, Space Watch Global, Stillwater Amateur Radio Association, Wireless Institute of Australia, and your listeners. That's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. We remind our listeners that Amateur Radio Newsline is an all-volunteer, non-profit organization that incurs expenses for its continued operation. If you wish to support us, please visit our website at arnewsline.org and know that we appreciate you all. We also remind our listeners that if you like our newscast, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you subscribe to us. For now, with Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Neil Rapp, WB9VPG in Union, Kentucky, saying 7-3. And as always, we thank you for listening. We wish all our listeners the very best for the year ahead in 2026. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2026. Amateur Radio Newsline retains ownership of its material even when retransmitted elsewhere. All rights are reserved.
This concludes our Monday evening transmission of Amateur Radio Newsline. Net to start in about 9 minutes.
W8VPV. Repeater. W8VPV. Repeater.
Good evening. Calling all amateur radio operators. Welcome to the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club Monday night VHF-UHF net. My name is John and my call is W03X. However, for the purposes of this net, I'll be using the club call Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. This is an open directed net. All amateur radio operators are invited and encouraged to check in. You do not have to be a club member. All traffic will go through net control, and since emergency traffic may break in at any time, please leave a brief pause between transmissions. The purpose of this net is to bring together all amateur radio operators for the exchanging of amateur-related ideas and information, to enhance net operating practices, and to keep members up to date about club happenings. This net meets here every Monday evening at 8:30 p.m. local time, preceded by Amateur Radio Newsline at 8:01. We will start with announcements and then ask for check-ins from any officer or member who has an announcement of general interest at a club. Once that is complete, I'll take check-ins, call signs only, 5 at a time, and confirming each call. Then I'll correspond with those five check-ins and ask for 5 more until the activity slows down, then I'll go 1 at a time. If you're a regular participant, I'll probably recognize you by call sign. If not, please give your call repeated phonetically, followed by your name and your location. When all check-ins have been worked, I will give one last call for check-ins and then close the net after repeating the announcements. We also operate a band exploration net at 9:30 p.m. after this net. This week, the band exploration net will be on 10 meters at 28.360 megahertz upper sideband. Please join us if you have the equipment. Okay, here are the announcements. The next regular meeting of the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club will be this Wednesday. That's January 14th. And the meeting starts at 7 p.m. 7 p.m., not 7:30 like it used to be. It's 7 p.m. And in person, we meet at the Pilgrim United Church in Cuyahoga Falls, which has a listed address of 130 Broad Boulevard, but you get to the meeting by going to their parking lot, which is on 2nd Street just south of Broad Boulevard. Then enter the building where the entrance is just off the corner of the parking lot. As a token of appreciation for their letting us use their facility for our meeting, we're asking that each person bring 1 canned good item, a food item, except tomato soup. They apparently have an overabundance of tomato soup, so anything else is good to go. Also, the newsletter has more information about that, the newsletter which just came out. So if you have other items that are on the list, then do one of those instead. Okay, now if you want to attend via Zoom, which you can be an active participant, then go to our website at www.cfarc.org, and you will see on the right-hand side, scroll down to January 14th. There will be a link there for the Zoom part of the meeting. And you can hear us and we can hear you. So please join if you can't go in person. Then this Saturday, January 17th, at the Cuyahoga Falls Library, there's a volunteer exam session. It's not too late to sign up for that, and just go to our website, www.cfarc.org, and click on the word education. That opens up a page that has in the center how to register for a license exam. Also, on the side of that page, the left side, there is a link to the general license class, which started on Sunday, but it's not too late to catch up. And so go click on that link that has a story about it, and it tells you about the book and all that. Go through that, and if you're interested, there's a sign-up page. So sign up, and you can continue to participate. It is all online, and there's no charge for it, but the book is like $29.95. It's recommended to get the electronic version. Like I said, it's not too late to start to participate in that, and then you'll be all set to take the general license exam. Now, if you're going to sign up for this Saturday's volunteer exam session, make sure that you have your FRN and pre-register for that, and do it before Friday so that the leader can get everything set up for you. Again, that's at the Cuyahoga Falls Library. The test starts at 10:30 a.m. on Saturday. You can get to that library from either 2nd Street or 3rd Street between Broad Boulevard and Portage Trail. That's all that I have in the way of announcements at this time. So, this is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, asking for any officer or member who has an announcement of general interest to the club.
Whiskey 8, Echo Zulu Tango.
Whiskey 8, Echo Zulu Tango. Yeah, I forgot to mention about Winter Field Day. Go ahead, Frank.
Very good, John. You do a great job, as always. I did want to mention we're going to be talking about, first we have a meeting coming up this Wednesday. You mentioned that we're going to be planning the club's activities for the year, so if you're at all interested in helping us and joining us and steering us, please plan on joining us at that meeting. Again, as John said, it starts at 7 rather than 7:30, and we'll hopefully be out of there about 8:30. We also are going to be talking about Winter Field Day. We're going to be talking about Summer Field Day and doing some planning there. So please try to attend. We want to hear what you want the clubhouse to do. We're looking at moving into the living room and starting to have some meetings on the first floor this summer. If you want to be a part of that, by all means, show up. So a lot of interesting things this year. I hope to see you at the meeting Wednesday. And yes, coming up in 2 weeks is Winter Field Day. We do expect to be participating there. We'd love to have you on board for a couple of hours of operation. 10 meters is included, so even technicians can operate up there with their full privileges. Hand it back to you, John. W8VPV, back to net.
Okay, Frank, very good. Thanks for checking in, and have a good evening. Okay, this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. Are there any other officers or members who have an announcement of general interest to the club? Please call now.
Alpha Charlie 8 X-ray Alpha.
AC8XO, Vince, go ahead.
If you haven't read your emails in the last couple of days, newsletter is out, the link provided by Anthony. Time to think about something for next month. That's all I really have, John. I just want to, get it out there that the newsletter's ready and people should think about something for next Thursday. Charlie 8 X-ray Oscar, back to you.
Okay, Vince, very good. Thanks, and have a good evening. W8EZT, you still there? This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor.
Yeah, go ahead, John. I had trouble hearing that.
Oh, okay. Let's see. During the Aries Net this evening, it was pointed out that the ARRL has the volunteer exam session scheduled for January 26th instead of the 17th. So I guess it's because of the way the date was entered. It was 17 JAN 26. So I guess there was some confusion on part of the ARRL. Over.
Very good. I was not aware of that. Let me reach out to Jim Grover this evening and see if we can get that changed, though time's tight. So thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, thanks for maybe being able to get that fixed. Maybe Jim can get that fixed soon. Okay, very good. Thanks. Okay, this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. Are there any other officers or members who have an announcement of general interest to the club?
Comment.
Go ahead, comment.
TQR here, John. I sent an email to Jim Grover with a screenshot of the ARRL page showing that date. Hopefully he'll get it and make whatever changes need to be made with ARRL.
Oh, okay, Keith, thanks. Anything else for the net while you're on here?
All right, I'll jump in here, John, real quick. Not much else is going on. I did have a radio problem with my Kenwood TS690. It seemed to be on the receive end. I got a hold of Paul Janke, who does work on Kenwoods. He's up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I did talk to him yesterday on a couple emails. He thinks it's a relay problem, so I packaged it all up real nice with all kinds of bubble wrap and styrofoam and everything like that. And I sent it to him today with UPS, and hopefully he'll get it Wednesday or Thursday and be able to take care of me and get it back to me so I can use my Kenwood down the line. Anyway, that's all I got, John. Just wanted to let you know about that email I sent to Jim, and that's all I got tonight. Hope everyone has a great evening, great rest of the week, and sending it back to you there, John, at Net Control. This is KE8TQR saying 7-3, and God bless.
Okay, Keith, very good. Maybe I'll hear you on 10 meters this evening, 28.360 megahertz upper sideband. I had, many years ago, I had a TS690 SAT, and it stopped working, and I thought that it was the CPU, so I changed the CPU, but that didn't change anything. And I found out that it was a RAM chip there, or integrated circuit. It was either a RAM or a programmable read-only memory. So I made a copy of it and programmed another one for it and put that in, and that fixed it. So maybe that's the problem with yours too. So hopefully they can fix that. So hopefully that turns out okay for you there. You mentioned on the Aries Net about the place that you sent it to. So thanks for checking in, and hope to hear you on 10 meters this evening. Okay, this is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor. Are there any other officers or members who have an announcement of general interest to the club? Okay, not hearing any. This is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, asking for check-ins. I'll acknowledge each one at a time, and then go back to the first one after I get 5 and go from there.
KVI, in and out.
KEA, KVI, did you say you're in and out?
Is correct.
Okay, Ron, thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. Another check-in, please.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Papa Bravo.
KF8 EPB, we'll go one at a time. Go ahead, Brian.
Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor, this is Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Papa Bravo. Hope everyone's doing good tonight. I don't really have that much. As far as radio goes, I still learned about the DMR and picked up Baofeng 1701 and flashed the open GD77 firmware to it, so learning about that. And that's about all I got tonight. I hope to see you on 10 meters a little later, and that's it. Everyone have a good night. 73, this is KF8 EPB.
Okay, thanks, Brian, and yeah, I'll hear you on 10 meters there. Thanks for checking in, 73, and I'll talk with you later. Okay, this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor asking for check-ins. I'll go one at a time now.
Kilo Bravo 8 Victor Hotel Kilo, John Kenmore, in and out.
Kilo Bravo 8 Victor Hotel Kilo, I have you in and out. Thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. And there was somebody else in there too. Go ahead with your call. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor.
KF8 ANO to Whiskey 8 Papa Victor. This is Jim in Target Phone 73. Have a good night.
Okay, Jim, very good. Thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. Okay, this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor asking for check-ins.
K8 RFK, Kilo Echo 8, Romeo Foxtrot Kilo, Scott by Summit Lake.
Let's see, K8 RFA, is that right?
Romeo Foxtrot Kilo.
RFK, okay, go ahead with your comments. This is John at the mic for W8VPV.
K8 RFK, yeah, this is Scott over by Summit Lake. Yeah, just trying to keep my thing, man, trying to play radio this year, use my license while I can to get to know some of you guys. Yeah, just got off I was on Echo Link talking to one of my friends up in Michigan, and I said, uh-oh, I gotta get off here. It's time for the net down here. I gotta get down here and talk to these guys for a minute. So I figured I'd check in and say hey to you guys, and just trying to keep from my New Year's resolution to play radio a little bit more. Maybe I'll try and catch up with you guys up on 10 meters later. All right, 73, you guys have a good one. C8 RFK.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I'm net control for the 10-meter net there, so maybe I'll hear you there. So KE8 RFK, or we'll say 73 to you for now. And this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor asking for check-ins.
8 Victor Papa. This is KF8 FMC.
KF8 FMC, go ahead.
Yeah, I just got my license about a week or so ago, and wanted to check in with you guys and see how things are going.
Yeah, okay, very good. Do you have 10-meter capability?
Right at the moment.
73, and have a good evening. And I hope to hear you next week on this net. Okay, this is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, asking for check-ins.
This is Kilo Echo 8, Uniform Lima Charlie, Kurt in Cuyahoga Falls.
KE8ULC, go ahead, Kurt.
I'm just checking in, one for the numbers. I feel a little ill this evening, sinus infection. So hope you all are feeling much better, and have a good day tomorrow. Back to you, John.
Okay, Kurt, do you think you'll be on 10 meters?
No, I'm just feeling a little rough tonight. So see you later. Bye. 73.
Okay, Kurt, thanks for checking in, 73, and hope you get feeling better there soon. Okay, this is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, asking for check-ins.
Evening, John, WB8YYS, Greg in Kent.
WB8YYS, go ahead, Greg.
Okay, evening, John, everybody on the net there this evening. It's WB8YYS. Not a lot for the net. Back on my feet now, about 99%. So every time to be under the weather, it was December and November when there wasn't too much going on. So anyway, feel a lot better, and like I said, back about 99%. Looking forward to the club meeting here on Wednesday. I mentioned there's a lot of stuff that's going to be talked about. So I've been out of the loop for a while, so it'd be good to get back into the swing of things. I'm in the queue for the DMR net right now, John, so with your permission, I'll secure and see everybody Wednesday night. It's WBYYS.
Okay, Greg, very good. That exercise that you pointed out to me at the Aries meeting there a couple months ago that you were doing, it did actually help because it pointed out what the actual problem was. So that worked out well for you there. You were lifting your arm there up and down, and that was your exercise. So thanks for checking. Any comment on that, Greg?
I'm just glad it was able to work for you, John.
Yeah, very good. Thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. Okay, 73. This is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, asking for check-ins. Okay, well, there was somebody in there, solid into the repeater, but no, the signal was too weak to have any audio on it. Let's see, can you maybe move up in elevation a little bit or something, or increase your power? Go ahead, give it another try. Okay, nothing heard there, so this is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, asking for check-ins.
Whiskey Alpha 8 Radio, Charlie, November.
WA8 RCN, go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, hi, John. How you doing? And say hi to everybody in the net there. And, don't have too much here. Wind gusts have been horrendous this winter, as you well know. And we talked a lot about antennas. Mother Nature got me. Took we had those gusts maybe 50 miles an hour the other day. The driven element on the 40-meter beam broke the insulators up there. And I don't know if they're plastic, phenolic, or what they are. Anyway, the element is now parallel with the boom, so it's perpendicular. So went up there the other day and tied it off to the tower, so it wouldn't, do any further damage or fall off and get all busted up and everything. So anyway, didn't want to break the other antennas either. So from the Christmas tree away we got up there, but got some work to do in the spring. It's got to come down and got to fix it and put it back up again. I always thought the rotor was the thing that goes. And, Victor was the 40-meter beam. W8VPV, W8RCN.
W8VPV. Repeater.
Yeah, Jim. In preparing for the band exploration net this evening, I was checking my gap Titan, which works pretty well for local for 10 meters. And here it's as if it's not even connected, so I don't know what the wind did there. I have guy ropes on it. I went out and looked at it, and everything looks okay, but it doesn't look like any kind of antenna on 10 meters with the antenna analyzer. So that's what went on here with the winds. Over.
Yeah, well, this is, we've been here for 6 years now, and this is the worst I've ever seen the wind in the wintertime, and especially when they come out of the southwest like that. It's a great big open area, and then it comes across that lake I have in the back, and it's just, 50, 60 mile an hour gusts, okay, but all day long, I just can't take it. And the unfortunate thing was that it was about an hour before the wind stopped, I kept watching it during the day and going, well, so far so good, man. I think about 4 o'clock, I looked and I go, are you kidding me? And then by 5 o'clock, there was like no wind. And I thought, man, just another hour, it would have been okay.
Yeah, very good. I have to check out that thing there, but I won't be using that today. So thanks for checking in, and hopefully you can get that taken care of in a good amount of time. So 7-3, and have a good evening. Okay, this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor asking for check-ins. Okay, I think that's the same person that was trying to check in there a few minutes ago. Let's see, give it another shot there, and let's see if we can hear anything. No, I have you in here as number 12 there, thanks for giving it a try there, and maybe next week things will be better for signal-wise. So thanks for giving it a try there, and so this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor asking for check-ins. Okay, not hearing any. I'll repeat the announcements, and then I'll give one last call for check-ins. Okay, so this Wednesday, that's January 14th, is the next meeting of the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club. It will be in person at the Pilgrim United Church in Cuyahoga Falls, which has a listed address of 130 Broad Boulevard. But you get to the meeting by going to their parking lot, which is on 2nd Street, just south of Broad Boulevard. Now, the meeting starts at 7 p.m., not 7:30 like it used to be. It starts at 7 p.m. And then if you go to the newsletter, which came out today, there is a list of food items. Well, it's not just food, it's also items like soap and so forth that they would like to collect for their pantry. So regarding canned food items, they don't need tomato soup, but everything else is okay. So take a look at that if you got the newsletter there, and bring one of those items with you this Wednesday. Okay, now if you cannot attend in person, then you can be heard, and you'll hear us if you attend via Zoom. To find the link to attend via Zoom, go to our website, www.cfarc.org, and then along the right side of that main page there, scroll down to the date, and there you will see the link for Zoom. So this is going to be a pretty important meeting because we're planning the coming year's activities. And talking about this coming year's activities, on January 24th and 25th is Winter Field Day. So if you go to the website, www.cfarc.org, look for the announcement about Winter Field Day, and there may be soon a sign-up sheet for that if you want to participate at the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club clubhouse. 10 Meters is one of the bands that is on that contest, so even if you only have a technician license, you can still participate in that contest on the 10 Meter band phone. Okay, let's see. So this Saturday, January 17th, is a volunteer exam session at the Cuyahoga Falls Library. It's you can get to that library from 2nd Street or 3rd Street, and that's between Blood Boulevard and Portage Trail. So the test starts at 10:30 a.m. You have to pre-register for that, so do that before Friday, and make sure you have your FRN. Okay, let's to register for that exam, go to our webpage, www.cfarc.org, and up the top, click on the word education. That opens a page that has, in the middle, it says how to register for an exam. And on the left side, it has a story there about the general license class. It's not too late to join that general license class. It's all online. You don't have to go anywhere for it. But I recommend that you click on that story there, that link that has the story about it, because in that story it has about the book that you should purchase, the electronic version of, so that you can use it during the online class. The first lesson was on this past Sunday, January 11th, so there's still 5 more, so it's not too late to be able to catch up. Okay, let's see here. So that's all that I have in the way of announcements at this time. So this is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, last call for check-ins. Okay, not hearing any. In preparing to close this net, I would like to thank all of you who took the time to join us and check in tonight. Without your participation, there would be no net. This has been John, and my call is W03X, and it's been my pleasure to host this evening's net. At this time, I will close the net with 14 check-ins, counting myself, and return the repeater to normal, customary amateur radio use. This is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, closing the net at 9:06 p.m. local time. 7-3.
As always, John, good job. You couldn't hear, but we still have the noise issue with the repeater, so more things to replace. We're going to keep going after it until we've got a whole new system in there. Catch you on 10 meters tonight, W8EZT.
Okay, Frank. Yeah, it's too bad we couldn't hear any voice thing from check-in number 12 there, but okay, yeah, hopefully that is what causes, hopefully the problems that you think it has would enable somebody like that to be heard. Over?
Yeah, I get the feeling that he was so down to the noise that that might have been independent of the crackling and the popping, but this was real obvious on weak signals, and it's just a part of the section that we haven't identified yet. So I've got some double shielded silver coax that's I'm going to try to do next, and see if I can put some end connectors on it to get away from using end PL259 adapters. All right, John. I'll let you get to catch your breath and everything, and we'll catch you on 10 meters tonight. W8EZT.
Okay, Frank. Yeah, I didn't hear Larry or Steve. KAPU or K8HMS, so hopefully they're okay. Okay, W8EZT, this is W03X. I'll be clear with you.
All right, thanks, Sean. Yeah, definitely a light net tonight. W8EZT clear.